Yeah, I'm ballin' in this bitch. Yeah. Money stay callin' in this bitch. We ain't worry about nothing, we celebratin'.
Hey, you don't know?
What up?
Woo! What's
Welcome
going
back,
on?
Westcott. Welcome
Hey,
back
appreciate it.
to the fun stream, man. Held it down for you yesterday. Welcome back, all the beautiful
was awesome.
folks.
Yeah,
welcome
no
back
doubt.
to another PulseNation episode, guys. Episode 48 in the books, in progress.
Yeah, man. We here.
Yo, let me actually say something to all y'all who are coming to and check to make sure that if you're enjoying the PulseNation channel, the streams with myself, Westcott, and anyone else who comes in to join, be sure to like and follow all their content as well. Subscribe down below, and let's get started, man. We talked about Pulsechain, up and to the right, the channel name for the theme of today.
Yes. Up and to the right. It looks like things are turning around, man. It looks like it's finally going back up.
Yeah, I mean, have we hit a bottom, dude? That's what I was looking at this right now, and I'm like, man. And then with everything happening in October, my boy.
Oh man, dude, it's time.
There's supposed to be several different things launching in October. We'll see, but ideally, a lot of them are going to be keeping people from selling and instead being able to do different items with their money. So,
yeah, October's coming to an end, man. We gotta see.
I do have to give a shout out to Brian Magruder as well, man. Came out with some more epic merch on this one. I'll just kind of showcase.
Fire.
I know Randy showed his off the other day, but God, look at this, guys.
Ooh, spicy.
You got the Pulsechain stuff happening, got the PulseNation happening.
Yes, sir.
Much love,
yes,
man.
sir.
Much love. Representing all the three pillars again, or the four pillars of Hex, Pulsechain, and PulseX, man.
Yeah, you'll be able to get them soon. I think he's launching. I think he said May. I think he's coming out with the website, so you'll be able to get your hands on it soon. Dope guy, man. Shout out to Magruder, for real.
Alan Fizme says, did we pump or something? Shall I continue to close deals and check in later this year? Yeah, Alan Fizme, for sure, my friend. Just to help answer the question on that one, a simple answer is always be freaking trying to work and do what you can to accumulate while the prices are at the levels that they are now. Even if you saw a good pump, even if it got back up where it's right now, it still has a 2x to get to the sacrifice, folks. That's just Pulsechain. It has a 10x to get on PulseX.
Man, that's crazy.
You talk about previous levels with Hex prior to Pulsechain launching, you know, and I have some people talking about that, but even just getting back up to 12 cents again, or in this regard, getting back up to 6 cents again on Hex. Can you just imagine that level where you have a essentially a 22x right in front of you, folks?
Right in front of you.
Right in front of you.
Wow.
Waiting, saying, hey, I'm here waiting for you.
This thing dumped hard, bro. It dumped hard, but you know what goes down the hardest gets up the highest. You know what I'm saying? Like, while people are focused on, you know, fly-by-night stuff, we just focus on the main token.
Absolutely. We got Gloria in the house, always showing love to the PulseNation crew. And Gloria, thank you.
Appreciate you, Gloria.
So much for everything that you do. Good evening, PulseNation, ATX Crypto, Westcott Crypto, and to all the good people.
Absolutely.
Please deploy the like on entry.
Yes, and subscribe. Hit the like, subscribe, show love. Appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
So it's been good, man. I know I've been buying every single day. What about you?
Man, same thing, bro. Just accumulating, working, making money. That's why I couldn't make the show yesterday, man. My trailer tire popped. I was like 4 hours away from home, so I had to spend the night out there. But yeah, man, it's all good. I'm back now. You know.
Do you have many nights where you we'll say sleep in the truck, for example, or do you have like a whole setup on the?
I'm home. I'm normally home every night. It's just that when I have an issue like that and I'm far away, then sometimes I got to spend the night out. Yeah. But other than that, you know, I'm normally home every night.
Half spliff blazing, dude. That's awesome, DJ Bomber. Woo! Waiting patiently. Evening, everyone. Heximus, LFG, absolutely LFG. What's going on, Trinity Realm?
Bro,
dude, that's crazy, man. So again, like what I think about whenever, so I actually never did, but a good way of making money, folks, is that truck driver route, the CDL route. I had
oh man, dude.
Whenever I got out of the Marine Corps, that was actually one of the options that had been presented to me was driving. And again, to go make 6 figures on that was possible, you know.
Bro, UPS is going crazy right now.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get your foot in the door there, stick it out for 4 years, you top out at $49 an hour.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I know, the plan here is to retire and whatnot, but even as just a backup gig, like if you could just not spend your crypto and spend actual like money and dollars, like while your crypto is growing, that's killer right there. $50 an hour, my God.
I was talking to my boy, man. I met up with him the other day. It's been a hot minute since I met up with this dude. So we were chatting, and dude, the conversation got so fun, so real. But one of the things we had talked about was even just some of these little figures. And I know y'all have done the math. I've done the math as well. But the potential of where it can go. And what's crazy is I looked up the wallet the other day for DAI, for example. Right. PulseX Sacrifice is the #1 holder of DAI at this time, right?
Wow.
And so we start talking. We're like, dude, do you ever think that money moves? Do you ever think it actually like gets used? And I don't know. Like, it's just such a like, dude, you're talking about $280 million that ain't done nothing except for swap the USDC into DAI, and it was a killer move when they did it. Made a whole bunch of money at that time whenever the whole depegging happened. So we're looking, and I'm like, bro, can you just imagine, like, one, if that money never does anything, then it is what it is. But like, imagine there's some anonymity protocols, Tornado Cash, Monero, stuff like that ends up coming through, and whatever could happen from there. What if there's other sacrifices that end up doing many other things, and the money just simply moves from one to another, and instead of actually ever selling, it just continues to take that off the market? Like, how much, dude? Let me actually look up real fast, because this is actually something I haven't looked up in a little while. But the PulseX Sacrifice, I want to see how much hex is sitting in there from the sacrifice, dude. Where again, it's just sitting there, bro.
Just want to throw in there with the UPS thing too. You don't need a CDL. You could just jump up in there and be driving trucks. So giving y'all a heads up. That's the crazy part. But yeah, dog, yo, bruh. Yeah. Good luck to anybody that is not patiently waiting. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm just waiting, dog.
Understand this, man, because look at this, dude. We're still sitting, even with current prices right now today. $1 billion is still sitting within the wallet for the sacrifice address, man. So again, let me just kind of zoom in so everyone can kind of maybe see things a little bit easier. It's sitting on 47 Ethereum, valued at $80,000 or $74,000, but still $1 billion, comma, which is thousand, million, billion. So yeah, $1,071 million sitting inside this wallet, where you have damn near all of it. Hello. And hex.
Oh my God.
Right? Like literally 250 billion has been taken off the market.
Oh God.
What if that like God, 250 billion? Wow. Like, you talk about whales having 80 million or 800 million. This has 250 billion.
Oh God. Good luck, man.
Good luck.
Good luck.
just gone. They get, like, based on what the OA has done in the past, and if it's indicative of future performance, that the OA has just never sold anything on the open market, then I look at it from here and I'm like, bro, you literally imagine another sacrifice happens where PulseX is available to be taken, and people are like, sacrifice, because Richard Hart, right? And I think if he was to announce another sacrifice for a wallet right now, let's be real, many people are still going to ape in. I don't care what anybody says on that one.
Me too.
Like, people, myself.
Me too. Yeah, me too.
So
I'm in there.
So I'm looking at it from that perspective. I'm like, bro, if he does another sacrifice, imagine he does the sacrifice for a wallet come the end of 2024. Imagine that we're running into a similar situation of when Pulsechain sacrifice went down initially. This is exactly kind of what I see playing out, as a matter of fact. If I can see it like this, and let me know your thoughts on this, my G. But this was the run up. So you got 2021. Everyone knows bull cycle for most of crypto was all through 2021, right? So this is a hex chart all the way back here, again, starting in 2021. We got that nice little run up in 2021, and then guess what? Sacrifice phase happened. Now, there was some announcement, there was some news. Obviously, you got some little hype start getting built up prior to that as well. So the rumor, if you will, where people buy the rumor, exactly like you see right here. And Then you had these sacrifice. Boom. I could see the same thing playing out in 2024, my friend, where we end up in a situation in 2024 where you go and you have this happen and people say, boom, wallet sacrifice. And it's right before that whole pump. It's while people have gotten a pump, they've seen some increase. Again, this is going from, imagine 2020, if you got in November of 2020, even right here, you still saw a 41x your money at that point in time. Okay.
Yep.
Imagine we see the exact same thing happen with Pulsechain now. Okay. So say we come over here and we actually see a 41x the money, for example, right? And so this is what looks like at 100x, but let's just go somewhere in the middle. And we're somewhere in this range of 0.002, right? Because if 100x is based on the low of where it currently is,
right?
Then again, we can end up assuming that 0.002 would be a nice little 50x.
Yep.
So what if the sacrifice happens somewhere here?
Bro.
Imagine how much gets sacrificed. But what's beneficial about that, y'all? What's crazy beneficial about this is that's taking it off the market, just like we saw happen with the sacrifice for this hex. Bro, brilliant.
History repeats. If you don't think things are calculated, if you don't think people know what's going on, I mean, people, bro, when I see people talk about RH and, oh, he lost it, he doesn't know these, I'm like, bruh, y'all just think he got stupid overnight? Like, y'all just think he magically forgot and doesn't know crypto anymore? And bro, I mean,
people be thinking that, man, and that's the funny part, man. People definitely
name one other genius that went stupid in 1 year. It just was just an idiot all of a sudden.
Right?
Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen.
Yeah, anyone that you've respected in the past that you've considered to be a genius at some point in time, do you still see him that way, or still is? Exactly.
Right.
so
bro, it's fascinating.
Yeah, I'm looking at it from that perspective, and again, what's even crazier is breaking this down again. I've said this in the past, but this is DAI, and again, you can see the PulseX sacrifice sitting on $278 million just in DAI. Right, and again, this is a simple little public tag. Any of y'all can go through here, find out more information, track all this yourself, and actually make it happen. So that way you can see some information just by going to etherscan.com. But just type in DAI. You can see, go to holders, and boom, PulseX sacrifice sitting on $278 million. Now, what if man, it's fun, but just do like 2% of that money.
Right.
Into anything that you possibly want. It pumps like fucking crazy. Because you really think they're going to care at that point in time for slippage? Like, imagine we end up in this world right here where someone says, okay, cool, let me put $1 million. And we already know that $1 million, if you were to try to do this on a transaction right now, would incur plenty of slippage. In fact, you would lose 200,000. But what if they didn't really care? What if that's a small fraction of what is the overall holdings within that account? So you're literally sitting on 280x this number right now, and that's just one move. And guess what this one move does? Is it pumps the price up 20%. Just on this one purchase. Now, obviously, it's going to go up a lot more than that, because with that purchase comes along the green candles.
Oh my God.
And so if you do start seeing some green candles happen, like we've seen with Hex in the recent days, people start getting very freaking excited. As a matter of fact, you can see this is exactly how it is. This is Ethereum Hex, folks. Washed out everything, basically a month of, and you could even go back all the way up to July.
Bro, let me tell you something. I have normies texting me, yo, Hex is going up, bro. I had a normie text me.
They be following stuff, man. That's what I love.
It's just they sit quiet, and then they see something like that, which you're looking at right now,
Boom.
And they send that text. Yo, Hex is going up. And if that don't make you bullish,
what's going on? Can you give me a little rundown?
And this is a normie that pays attention a little bit. Like there's normies that just completely forgot about everything, but they're by the time they hear and by the time they text you, that's probably when we're going to be at all-time highs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, Axis said a good job on his stream with RH Max the other day.
Yeah.
We do need to hold this level, and I've had this level drawn out for some time as well, so it's easy to see for everyone. He calls it the legacy line, this white line right here, where you basically have the God will come in, and then they hold the price, and it's held the price. So we really want to do the same thing, where we don't want to see this come into a world of, getting too much. Whoops, let me zoom in on Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, and boom. All right, cool. So we don't want to enter a world where we do dip below this. We seem to have held that level once again, and now we just flew off it. So you got a couple different things happening. One, you have a perspective of someone coming out possibly saying that we could be getting single side staking on 9inch, for example. You could be getting a liquidity pair bonding Ethereum hex to Pulsechain hex, making it even more incentive to come in.
Right.
Y'all get ready for the freaking future. People are setting things up in such a way for this economy and the ecosystem to thrive.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
We're having fun with my boy. I was like, dude, just imagine no matter what number that you talk about, your bag multiplied by 100x. Whatever that bag is, folks. Again,
that's a beautiful number, man.
And what I love about that is that's just in the near-term future. Let's zoom out. Again, if you have some people who are staked in hex 55-55, hello, then you are winning, my G. Like if it's 100x in the bull run and that's all it gets, for example, I'm sure it's going to get so much more than that, but let's just be conservative and say you got yourself 100x this cycle. Congrats, man. Where are you going to find 100x anywhere? Not only that, you get the 100x, and that's just in this cycle. At the end of it, you're going to find out a way to cash out. You better start thinking about how you're going to cash out and do it properly. The proper preparation prevents poor performance. After you cash out, you're going to be able to hold a bag that's going to dip 90%. Why? Because that's what happens in bear cycles, y'all. And you're going to hold that bag, and it's going to dip 90%, and guess what? You're going to buy because you have already cashed out a portion during the 2024-2025 cycle. So you sitting on this cash ready for that 90% dip. Then you go back in on a 90% dip. It's exactly what you see happening right now with the whales in the ecosystem that we're in. They're buying up right now. They've been accumulating ever since Pulsechain has launched. They've been accumulating, folks. I went through all this yesterday on the stream. And what's even crazier about that is you look at it and they've just been steadily accumulating, and eventually they're just going to push the price and it's just going to go. Just like the God Whale, whenever he first entered, they just pumped. And literally, once that happened, we never saw those prices again.
Hey, man.
Gone.
There's whales lurking, bro. There's whales lurking. There's some whales we ain't even hear about yet lurking. And when
another fun fact that we had talked about, my boy, was we were like, how many people do you think are in the ecosystem that are even out there doing something, promoting, or not even promoting, talking about, helping, sharing, participating in the live streams, participating in the comments, participating in the replay gang, participating in all that? I'd say maybe 10% of our ecosystem, my friend.
That's it.
Maybe less.
That's it.
There's 90% of people out there that no one has never heard of and will never hear of.
Oh my gosh.
That so
and there's
foolish,
there's
bro.
plenty more people who aren't gonna come until they see the green candles and word gets out.
Correct.
I mean, yo.
Yeah, I have a buddy who's weird and says he won't buy back in until he sees everything recovered.
Bro, so strange. I seen someone on Twitter saying that the other day. Why would I buy now? Why would you want to buy the top?
They do. They literally do. They literally want to say, I want Hex to go back to 50 cents again, so that way I only have a potential of a 2 to 5x. Because
oh my God.
That's assuming that Hex reaches $2.50, folks.
Good luck.
Congrats, you got your 5x. Congrats. Imagine if you bought now. That just for shits and gigs.
Yes.
What is the math?
I want more coins. You get more coins when the price is down. All right.
If Hex reaches 250, if you bought right now, that's a 625x, my friend.
They want to miss that. They don't need that.
They don't need it.
They want the 10x, the 20x. They don't want the 600.
That's wild. They just want the confirmation that the bottom's in. And for some people, the confirmation means previous all-time highs recovered. And
that's ridiculous. You just missed out on a bunch.
Seems wild to me because even right now, if you just go from current price to previous all-time high, it's 140x that you're looking at.
Jesus. Hey, man, you can't save everybody, man. You can't. You just let them do what they do. They'll be here to buy bags.
Yeah, I find that to be the craziest freaking concept ever.
Bro, Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I mean, unless they're just rich, and they're just like, well, I don't really need to pay attention to this. I already got money. It's no big deal.
Yep.
But if you're trying to get rich, now's the time to be here.
Right.
It's
Let me say hello to some beautiful people as well, man. We got
Absolutely.
Addie P in the house. Big hello from the UK. Hope everyone's doing great. Kaisa in the building. DJ and Dougie. Hello. Checks my pulse, my friends. Absolutely love y'all. What's going on? Trinity, 100% likes. Let's go. Heximus, what's up? Moonmutt. Yeah, dude. We're so freaking awesome. RG3 in the building. What's up?
Oh,
RG3?
RG. What's up, RG?
Into the bull, baby. Into the bull. Yo.
It's going down.
And again, I look at it from a standpoint of multiple angles, bro. Like the simple way of just looking at the wallet being created in the future, 100x being near term. Imagine 5 years, 6 years, folks.
That's when it gets funny.
Again, we've seen the math on some of this before as well, and I hope all of y'all have taken the time to maybe try to figure out some of this as well. But the ETH USDC, if you just look at it like from the first time it actually began, just imagine you held it for the first 6 years. You end up in a situation like Godwell.
Yeah, people
because
laugh.
Godwell held Genesis Ethereum.
Oh yeah,
and had hundreds of thousands of Genesis Ethereum. Yeah, I'm sure they did stuff in between, and I'm sure they took profit along the way, as you should.
Bro.
But just like you said, there will be a point in time where you're going to say, I have 500 million Pulse, and that's going to be an unfathomable number.
Yep.
You know what's even better? We had talked about this, like becoming a validator, for example, costs 32 million Pulse right now. So even at the current price, we know ends up let me just do some exact math here. Current price 0.00004 currently costs around $1,280 to become a validator, earning 15%. For some people, that's plenty.
Right.
There will be a point in time where becoming a validator gets so out of reach for some folks. Like even let's just assume Pulse reaches 1/10 of a penny, or 0.001, or a 10x from sacrifice, or a 50x from where we currently are. It still costs 32,000. And so you start looking at that, you're like, is anyone going to pay 32,000 to become a validator? Or are the people who are validators now going to be able to reap the rewards in the future? You can literally set yourself up for a huge success in the future right now. Right now.
Fascinating stuff, and people want the money right now. They want instant gratification. People laugh at hodlers, right? And I remember the last time I laughed at a hodler, he was hodling Ethereum. And you know what I'm saying? I'm laughing. What are you doing, bro? This crypto's gonna be gone. What are you buying this for, man? Who's laughing now? It ain't me. He's killing it. He's killing it. And I said, yo, you did that, and you know what? I'm gonna do that right here. I don't laugh at hodlers no more, bro.
Right.
Because they're the smartest ones. They know what's going on. They're patient. The one thing I've never been in life was patient. And that's why I'm still here trying to look for financial freedom. So for once, I'm just gonna sit here and be patient, man. That's it. I'm gonna wait. I ain't selling, I'm not trading.
Yeah, and then of course we got the RH destroying, the any opponent. He is not only this particular opponent. The man has destroyed every opponent that's ever come against him.
Everyone.
And so I'm like, all right, cool. So like, yes, he's going to destroy because why? He has destroyed and he continues to destroy, and he hits it with facts, truth, and he speaks in just a sense of like a surety, but it's not only a surety, it's because it's from a base of facts.
And yeah, make sure you guys do that letter, the AI letter. That
definitely. Yes. Yeah. What was that website? Let's just kind of promote that for it. It was like Treasury. Let me pull it up real fast.
Yeah.
And I'll shoot it in chat as well. So that way, again, anyone who wants to partake in it, definitely.
This community is something else. They made it so simple. I did that thing in 30 seconds. Yep. It was fascinating.
Here you go. So I'm just gonna share. I'm gonna share y'all the overall tweet that Rick Hart sent, and then y'all can do what you will with it.
Right.
So that way it just makes it simple across the board. But the website that you can go to is 3 different websites that have and they keep popping up, and more will continue to pop up as well. And that's what whoops. Let me get rid of that on my side. The overlay. All right, cool. So Here we go. So this is actually the website right here that you can go to. A few different websites, should I say. The first one is public comments gpt.com is a better comment writing assistant than the one I used was Treasury Raid, my bad, .lexpunk.army and standwithcrypto.org. Like he literally is like just use it. Have you I'll show it again just to make it simple on this one. Like literally as you come into Lexpunk on here, you just say, okay, cool. Well, what's going on? And I could just type in like, and I'm just going to use this as an example for a second, but I'll just type ATX crypto.
There you
so
go.
That way everyone can kind of see. And I wouldn't put this, I would put, if you are going to submit this, I wouldn't do a pseudonym, I would actually use probably your name if you actually want to be taken seriously is the way I would look at it, or at least create a real name. I don't even care if it's yours, just make a name. Right. Don't put like Hex for the win type deal or something like that.
Right.
And you say, what are your main concerns? And you're like, well, I don't know. I don't like privacy, identity theft. It's confusing. It's too sudden. And you're like, all right, cool. Write me a tone. I want to write in a inquisitive manner, right? Or you can do assertive or diplomatic, and you could just say, how much do you want it to do? And you just say generate. And look how fast this sucker goes, man.
Oh yeah.
Literally, it starts and it just goes.
That's it. You got your letter right there for you, and then you submit it. And you're done. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got it, bro. We have to stand up for what we believe in.
Yep. And this stuff writes so freaking eloquently too. In the language that they speak.
AI.
You're not speaking in your language. You're not saying it in your verbiage, because I know what I say doesn't come out to what actually ends up happening in the overall realm of the SEC. Like, that stuff is confusing to so many people on this one. All right, cool. So here we go. I actually just closed it right when it opened. That's too funny. But literally it pops it up. Your AI generated letter is complete. I can submit my comment here. I can paste the letter in. I can modify it to reflect my own views, or I could even submit to regulation. So it's like, dear IRS and blah, 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 blah. Sincerely, ATX Crypto. And I can like, boom, submit.
Fascinating.
And like, wow. Are you freaking joking, man?
Fascinating stuff. AI is incredible, and it's going to get scarier. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's a beautiful thing and it's a creepy thing, but look at it. Look at the glass half full. That's how I'll take it. It's fascinating stuff.
Again, like, would I write all the, how long did that take? 30 seconds? Maybe a minute? I mean, I'm not writing all this in a minute. Well, firstly, I'm deeply concerned about the privacy implications about the proposed regulations requiring brokers and other entities. I'm not writing that.
Fascinating stuff.
That sounded like over here like some furu type deal. You know what I mean? Well, in the world that we live in, and this is going to be happening, and we're going to be taking into account. There's no way everything can move that much mass, and that's that language. Folks.
Right. It's fascinating
this
stuff.
Is that language. Lastly, I must highlight my concerns regarding timeline for implementation. Come on, man. I'm not writing this shit. I'm not trying to freaking write a PhD to my dissertation to make sure that I can graduate. Like, I don't care about that. But this, super simple. Go do it, y'all. I sent the link in the chat for everyone to watch and for everyone to do.
Name another community as sophisticated as this one, bro. The fact that we could come together and do these things. We're going to save crypto.
Yeah.
The Hexicans, the Pulsexicans, we're going to be the ones that keep this thing going. With leadership like RH, we can't lose. We can't lose.
Yep. Evan C brings up a great point. We now actually have a full bridge as well from Binance too, folks. So we have the bridge from Ethereum using bridge.pulsechain.com. You can also go to the SparkSwap protocol, which is also allowing the ability for a bridge to come through, which they also have created as well. So incredible stuff that they are doing overall, my friend. Like, if you go, forget it. I'll even kind of show you once again. Yeah. I don't hop on Binance at all because, one, they're a pain in the ass in the US.
Absolutely.
You have to do a whole bunch of other stuff. But if you're currently on Binance, to anyone who's paying attention, if you're currently on Binance, you could actually use any tokens that you have on Binance, bridge them over to Pulsechain, and make it happen.
That's so dope.
So freaking awesome. And
I got scam protocols on Binance still paying me. I just send that right over to Pulsechain, man.
Yeah. That's and again, like, these protocols are coming out here from all over the place. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be different things that are going to be bridging different networks along with, like, Polygon, Arbitrum, Optimism, Ethereum, all funneling into Pulsechain, all helping the ecosystem thrive.
Absolutely. And a little off topic, but one thing I just wanted to bring up is, remember, guys, we're not getting paid to talk about Pulsechain, PulseX, Hex. We actually got
Facts.
skin in the game.
Facts.
If this thing loses money, we lose money too. So,
Facts.
just in case anybody was confused on that.
Yep. Yeah, definitely not getting paid here. We just
Never took a
love
penny.
talking about fun stuff that we enjoy doing ourselves, and we share it
Absolutely.
with y'all.
There
So
it is.
that's exactly how it is right there. Godfather J6, what's up, my friend? Yes, Southex Crypto is a joke on this one, being goof, but the OA can dump on our hands any day, because again, that's one of the main concerns. People are, what are you gonna do? Who can't? Has it happened yet? No.
4
Then,
years
okay.
hasn't happened.
What happens if they just sell everything? Then everything goes to zero. Like all these, imaginary horribles that Rich
10
Hart
years.
talked about. So many things.
When 10 years go by, there still will be people saying that.
Dude, December 2nd, Hex is 4 years old, my G.
Hey man, Satoshi could come back and just dump the entire Bitcoin price, man.
Does that feel fast to y'all? This feels fast to me, dude. In
crazy,
less than 6 weeks time, Hex will be 4 years old.
Fascinating.
4 years, y'all. 4 years. That is it feels like a blink of an eye, bro.
This ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere.
Anywhere. Think about just how fast. What were you doing like 5 years ago in your life type deal? 4 years ago in your life type deal? I was
That's a good question.
joking around, messing around, doing a whole bunch of other stuff. Found Hex,
Damn.
and a weight was lifted off my shoulder. Like
I want to see what I was doing. 2018, right? Was 5 years ago.
2018 was 5 years. Yep.
Let me see what the hell I was doing in 2018. And that's
Yep.
I love technology. You could go right on your iPhone, go to photos, type in the year,
Love
and
it.
see. Oh, I was on vacation. I was in, I was in Cancun. Yeah, man, just wasting money. That's what I was doing 5 years ago. Crazy, man. Crazy.
And again, you look at that and you're like, bro, that was so fast, because like I was again chatting with my boy, and we were referring to like the time we used to work and all that good stuff, and we were like, bro, can you go back to that day again? Like, it just seems like it was yesterday, but it's so long ago already at this point. I had someone message like, hey, where you working now? And it was funny because like I hadn't heard from her in forever. I was like, I actually haven't worked since 2022.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
And I was thinking about that, and I was like, damn, like almost 2 years have gone by since I've worked, right?
Yep,
Or at least worked the 9 to 5 type job, should I say. I'm still making content. I'm still keeping myself busy. I still find different ways to handle it and promote what I love and enjoy. And I help onboard, and I help other people who are in the ecosystem as well.
Right.
But what's crazy is, bro, that's almost like
yeah, it goes quick, man.
Like,
it goes quick.
Fast, man.
Yep. And man, what are the next 5 years gonna be?
Yeah.
Woo.
Just like, hey, Matt, it's what's funny is we talk about this price right here, PulseX to a penny. So again, what I love about this comment right here is it doesn't give time, because this is easily attainable, folks. You have to understand that.
Yes.
And what's crazy is, what if it doesn't happen this cycle? Who cares? What if it happens next cycle, for example? What if it took 6 years, but during that 6 years, you got to see a 10,000x?
Mm-hmm.
Or what is the actual difference in the price? What is PulseX right now? 0.00. Yeah, let me actually. So, whoops. What am I doing over here? Doing weird math on my keyboard. That's what I'm doing. 0.0000123. Yeah, literally almost 1,000x. It's an 800x from the current price right now. And so you're looking at it. You're like, bro, if it took you 6 years to make it 800x, are you complaining?
Not
Shut
me.
the fuck up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
And during that time on the run up to 800, you got to see 100. You got to see 2. You got to see 3. You got to see 4. You better be taking some profits, folks. And I don't mean take profits in the sense of sell your fucking bag at 100x and then try to buy back in lower. No, you sell a portion of your stack to live a comfortable life. Imagine you got to get paid an extra $10,000 a month on your job. But instead of having to work all that time, you just put it in crypto. And during that time, you made $120,000 in a year that you can extract and put into your bank account. That's getting paid $10,000 a month extra.
Oh my God.
And that's just on the run up to an 800x.
Kaisa, go ahead and clip that. That was some fire. Cooking, dog.
It's wild, dude. And so I sit there and I see these people and I'm like, bro, like, even if it took 6 years to get 800x, who cares? Find me where else you're gonna find an 800x at, y'all. Tell me where else I can put my money in 6 years' time, turn it into even a 100x.
There it is. You got to be willing to wait. And the beauty of all of what you said is there will be profits on the way.
And there's profits on the way.
That's the beauty of it all. Yeah.
So what's even crazier is we're talking about these numbers and we're like, bro, 100x this, 500, 50x, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
No matter what the number that ended up coming out with it, what was funny is I was like, if we'll say whoever holds the wallet for the Pulsechain sacrifice or PulseX sacrifice, whoever holds the wallet for OAs, whoever's doing that kind of stuff, and again, is by definition, whatever, whoever's that entity or individual or whatever has to be the richest person in the world. Hands down.
Man.
Bro, if there's $1 billion in it right now, right? And again, that's just from what was sacrificed in Hex. And let's just assume Hex goes and does 100x because the value, the tokens of what they have 200 billion tokens or whatever many it was. They have billions of tokens. Then that does 100x. So they turn their $1 billion into $100 billion. How rich is Elon Musk? Like, if I had to,
it's like 250 billion or something like that.
Yeah,
something like that. I don't
and
know.
that's just Hex. That's not including the copy. That's not including the OA. That's not including the sacrifice. That's just saying this one particular section of a wallet of 200 billion Hex increased 100x. Yeah, 255 billion. You got that exactly right. That's wild.
I be paying attention to these levels.
So what's funny is I look at that and I'm like, bro, that has to make him or the entity or whoever owns it the fucking richest person. Not even including his own assets of owning Bitcoin back when he was mining it at 50 cents a block.
Man,
back when he was buying it at $3. Like, if you bought at $3 and you held Bitcoin right now, even at the $30,000 mark right now, you got a 10,000 extra money, my boy.
It's just, look, man, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. Where else are you going to go in crypto, man? Charles Hoskinson, Vitalik, where are you going? Right. Is Vitalik teaching you anything? Is he fighting for anything?
Nope, selling on the Ethereum Foundation is selling on the fucking heads of all the owners. I've never sold anything since 2018.
He's sleeping with chicks in Japan. He's turning up. He don't care about you. He don't. Yeah. He don't. RH, the reason I'm here, bro, I love the fact that RH even cares about the little guy is enough for me. He cares, bro. Oh my God. That outrage marketing really clouded a lot of people's judgment, man. Just like, if you couldn't tell that was all an act and a show, I don't know how to help you.
Well, let's just assume that it wasn't an act or a show. And let's just assume that was just a phase of his life, because in life, I call it the book. It's a book of life, no matter what. Everyone has their own individual book, and at the end of it, your story is going to be laid in that book, right? Your story is going to be told through that book. Right. Well, what's going on in his life right now is just merely a chapter of his life, right? And so he went through all of his different chapters. He went through the young age. He went through the owning a business. He went through the retired phase. He went through the, I'm going to help people. And then he went through another phase. And these are all chapters, simple chapters. And so if his outrage marketing was a mere chapter of his book of life, then we've moved on past that chapter, my friends. And so if you look at it from that perspective, he can say whatever narrative he wants going forward, whether it's humble or whatever, but he's going to have a new chapter that begins. And that's what we're stepping into, a world of a new chapter. And this new chapter can consist, unfortunately, of him not being here. And people need to understand that is okay. Imagine we're talking about doing a 50x, 100x, 200x without Richard Hart.
That's scary.
Without ever coming through and streaming, without ever doing anything else besides his Twitter post. That's what we're talking about. Now,
elevation.
Here's what's funny. Multiply that if we do get a live stream, folks. So if you see a possibility of a 500x, what if him coming on and doing a stream after beating the SEC to a fucking pulp becomes a thing? Then he comes on and we get another pump in the future. Like, do you think he's never going to stream again, Wes?
He will. You know why?
I just don't see that happening.
The only founder that disappeared was Satoshi. There's
Correct.
every other founder still here. Why would
Correct.
RH be the second coming of Satoshi? No, he's gonna come back. And if he doesn't, maybe he is Satoshi number 2. Maybe he's Satoshi number 1. I don't know. But dude, like, whether he comes back or not, this thing is good crypto, it's good tools, it's stuff that people will be looking for in the coming bull run in the future. You know, people need places to put their money. Why not here? You know.
Yep.
It works.
Yeah. So Zanite is wanting to check out PZen chart. Nothing against PZen on this one by any means. I just think it's not worth mentioning personally.
No.
Or even bringing up looking at a chart or anything in that regard, because one, low liquidity, and two, it's just not a project that I want anyone buying into personally.
Hey, Zenite, start a PZen channel.
Yeah, exactly. And then what's funny is you can actually still network, and you can actually come on here where you can still talk PZen and that kind. Like, for example, and you just network your way, and you know, everyone wants everyone else to promote their bag, which is cool. But that's kind of how I ended up. I was like, dude, I just like helping people, man. It's always been something that I found myself, whether it be during my younger years or all the way up to my current years, I've enjoyed helping people. It does give satisfaction when you can see people be helped, and that moment of clarity for people when you explain something in a way that they're like, I get it. I love seeing that moment of clarity. And so whenever I see it happen, that's how I started my channel. I was like, dude, I just want to help people understand the mechanism that is Hex, because it can be a little confusing.
Man, dude, I've always been interested in streaming or just like being a public figure. And this is not only that, but you get an opportunity to be a part of history. You know what I'm saying? Like, God forbid this thing turns out to be the next Bitcoin and Ethereum and Uniswap. You were there from the beginning, you know, and that, man, you know, that's legacy right there. That's what we're talking about, you know, like, or we could all end up in jail and you know, be over. It's like, nah. But no, this we're building a legacy, man. That's really what this is. Like, I believe in this ecosystem.
And so like Urban Productions is saying that 100x would allow me to only need a 10x next time. Now, that's what I love about just that comment alone. So one, the 100x, imagine we see 100x, folks, this cycle. Like, start planning. What are you going to do when things hit certain tiers? And you need to make sure that you have something in mind. Otherwise, you're going to do something that you're going to regret. Because the lack of the preparation at that time is going to deter you from making the right moves when they arise. Why do you think some people did so well when Pulsechain first launched and other people got wrecked? A lot of it came down to good practice and preparation, but also they got plenty of time in order to use the test net in order to check it out. What's going to happen with liquid loans, for example, when it launches? A lot of people are going to get fucking wrecked. Do not put yourself in a situation that you end up at 110% collateral. Just don't do that to yourself. If like 110% collateral would mean you need to put up $2,200 in Pulse and you're at 110, you get a $2,000 loan. Not good. Not good. Because the price just literally has to drop 0.1%, you get liquidated. People are going to get liquidated and get their ass eaten to them. Don't put yourself in that situation. Don't be that person. If you need to wait a little bit longer for the price of Pulse to increase to be able to open it at that time, do it. Patience is a virtue for a reason, folks. Delayed gratification is taught to us through Hex.
It all depends on who you are, what your background is, how much you already have. I mean, if you're a rich, have fun, do what you want. Did my video go out?
No, it stopped for a second.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man, it all depends on your situation. Like, you know, for me, I'm not taking these chances. I'm not there yet to where I could be doing that. But even if I get there, I still wouldn't be taking those chances. I'm not into leverage trading. I'm not into borrowing money, and it's just not my thing. You know, I'm not taking loans. I'm done with that. You know, did that before.
Yeah, and again, and that's something that a lot of people are going to have to find a way to accept. You're going to hear a lot of people promoting, a lot of people doing it. I am a fan of the liquid loan system, but again, it has to be done in the right way. It's the same thing as talking about Hex, for example. You can go do small stakes, and if done incorrectly, can really jeopardize you, can actually end up being a waste of time to do. And what I mean by a small stake is staking 1,000 hex like the fucking person did who received $7 worth of hex and then staked it for 12 days on the Ethereum network. That's stupid. That is a very stupid move, folks. That is not a move that anyone should make. Now, if you're using it for test purposes because you've never staked before, I'm all for it. I love it. I don't think that's what that was, right? I did the exact same thing when I set up my first stake. I did a 7-day stake and then I did a 30-day stake, right? I ended the 7-day stake the very next day. I wanted to see what would happen when ending early. It was a very small amount of hex. I was willing to pay the fees. I need to learn. I learned that you don't do that. The 30-day stake, what it taught me was I need to stake more because smaller stakes don't benefit, right? Shorter stakes don't benefit with smaller hex amounts. If you are going to go with a smaller hex amount, you need to go long. You need to increase the time. You need to give it a chance, not just trying to time like the bull cycle. But if you're coming in with 10,000 hex, y'all seen the numbers on screen before while we've pulled it up. If hex reaches 50 cents in the future, you're looking at like $500,000 or something crazy.
That makes me think of the guy that staked $1 worth of hex for 12 days. that was just funny stuff, man. Staked $1 worth of hex for 12 days. Hey man, he's trying. He's working with what he has.
We're definitely getting some I can't even say that, man.
October
moves happening for sure. I mean, whether it be the false news of the Bitcoin spot ETF, dude, that one news, like, I don't know. It's always weird how things kind of like coincide and happen at certain times because you're like, what caused the price of hex to pump? Was it that Bitcoin spot ETF and people are getting excited? Was it news of other protocols launching in the near future? Was it single site? You don't know, right? But that showed that people are hungry.
Yes.
That showed
sidelines.
People are sidelines. They are literally waiting right now to deploy their capital for certain actions to happen.
Fascinating stuff. I'm just happy to be in the game. You have skin in the game. Have skin in the game, yo.
Yep. Wes, imagine 100x, my boy.
Oh, don't start. Don't start.
Hey,
you see it. You see it.
Yeah, you won't even know what to do with that. But that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. When it comes to that plan, y'all, like, what are you gonna do? Start. Right, like I've said this in the past, write down your numbers. Like if you have an account and you're sitting there, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna pull up a little page real fast just for fun. If you come here and you're like, okay, cool, I have, I don't know, we'll say $7,000 today, just for example. You start it down, you write it down, folks. You say I have $7,000. Cool. Well, at X amount on 50 cents, which is you write down the actual amount of tokens you have, not just 7,000, by the way.
Right. What
you want to do is write down tokens, by the way. So I'll say in this situation, let's just go with 180 million Pulse. Let me make it a little easier. 180 million Pulse. Again, write it down, folks. Why? Because you say at 180 million Pulse, what are you going to do when prices hit certain levels? Well, cool. If it just reaches 0.0001, which is sacrifice, then again, you've doubled your bag. You turn 7 into 14 type deal. You can start doing the math. And what are you going to do in that situation? Are you going to take any profit? Are you going to do anything with it? Do you have a plan? Are you going to keep holding for the 5x, 10x? What are you going to do at the 10x? Do you have a plan at that time? Are you going to take out 10%, which is what a lot of people would be doing, which is a smart move to do because you get back your initial investment. If y'all don't understand, a 10x taking out 10% means you got back your initial investment and you still get to hold 90%. It's incredible. Have a plan in place, guys. Like, do something, like, figure this out because it's coming. It's happening.
Yeah. Find a partner.
2x's, 5x's, 10x's happening right now in our ecosystem. Not chasing poop coins, not chasing shiny objects, not chasing the newest meme of the day, not chasing I'm at $30,000 liquidity. No, I don't want that, man. I don't want that in my life.
You had 2 years to experiment and mess around. This ain't time for experiments, yo. Just do what works. Do what works. Buying, holding, and practicing delayed gratification, accumulating, the same thing RH has been preaching.
Yep.
That's what we do here.
Yep.
Checks my pulse.
Checks my pulse. I have to spend a little time. I have to spend a little time setting up more stakes. Been focused on accumulating where to stake Pulse, PulseX. I heard of Amplifier for Pulse, 1000% APY. Has anyone tried it on testnet? So I have not. That sounds like if I recall correctly, Power City thing, I believe is what Amplifier is. I haven't used their system at all.
Yeah.
I want to see them launch. I mean, at least Liquid Loans was willing to come up, and I know they haven't launched yet, but they said fucking October, you know. Language. They came out and said something, you know. Other people are still in the shadows with millions of dollars in sacrifice that they've taken and aren't giving, you know, anything. So I'm looking at it and commending at least Liquid Loans for saying October. Now, if they don't launch in October, you better understand you're going to have the community at your throats, man. You've made a terrible decision saying October. You will see the exact same situation happen with a mid-May announced launch in 2022 for Pulsechain. It'll be the exact same situation played out. People are going to freak out. So hopefully they don't put themselves in that situation. If they do, it's going to be very bad.
For my own sanity, I tend to trust one founder at a time. I can't trust every founder that comes into our ecosystem. It's just not for me. So I'm focused on Richard Hart and trusting him. And shout out to everybody else, man. I hope you guys win. There you go. 50 Cent, man.
I'm like 50 Cent. Get rich or die trying.
Let Hex get the 50 Cent, man. I'm buying the Lakers.
And what I love about this, man, is just the concept that people are still going to purchase, because it's not the same people that are purchasing at the levels where we're at right now. Whenever you start seeing 10x, 20x, 50x, people start flocking in from different areas because of green candles. And so a lot of the times it's also the whole network effect as well. Just by simply adding on the 10x the user base, you get 100x the price performance type deal, right? Through Metcalfe's law and all that good stuff, right? So, or based on Metcalfe's law. So if we look at it from that perspective, even at where we are now of having 100,000, 200,000 people, us getting up to, you know, 1 million people isn't really that unfathomable, my friends.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. All it's going to take is green candle. Bro, when people get into crypto, they go where the candles are green. And we are going to be probably one of the greenest. You know, Hex got far. Hex was a top 10 coin at one point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it's still there. I haven't checked, but Hex went pretty far itself. Can you imagine all three of these in the top 10? Good luck. Good luck.
That'd be a wild freaking thing as well.
Good luck. It's gonna be fascinating. You know. Wow.
Let me actually pull it up here because
that was with the hate. Hex got into top 10 with the hate. Imagine if it was love. What other coin gets hated on in the top 10 besides we get the most hate, bro. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
I'm trying to find out the So based on that's not the list right there. What am I doing? Keep on going. My bad.
Oh, no worries.
Let me knock out something real quick.
Who's lurking in the chat? Let me exit my full screen. Who's out here? Gloria's still here. You made it the whole stream, Gloria. Shout out to Gloria holding it down. I'm boring. Only buying and hold, no borrowing for me. All my Hex is staked. Gloria, I'm with you. I don't do none of that goofy stuff. Man, all these protocols. Do this. Come test that out. I'm good, bruh. Let the whales do that. I'm good. I ain't no whale yet. Let me see. Who else is in here? We got Crypto Bigfoot. Y'all still doing your 100 push-ups per day. You don't know? Come on, man. Why wouldn't we? We actually practice what we preach. There's a lot of people in this ecosystem that say one thing and doing something else. We keep it going, y'all. Absolutely. Shout out to everybody in here. Make sure you hit the like if you hadn't. YNWA says, hi, friends. Good to see Westcott back. We pumping today. We pumping, man. That's what we do. That's what we do.
Find it right now anyway, so it's all good.
Hey, no worries, man. Hey, man, but we do appreciate all you guys who showed up. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Make sure you subscribe to both channels and come back for the replay. Leave a comment. We try to respond to everything.
Absolutely. So much love to everyone who came through on the channel as well. And folks, Remember, this is just the beginning. October is a wonderful time, but we are just getting started. Make sure to put something in place so you can take profits accordingly. And let's look forward to what is a beautiful future for us all, my friends.
Yeah, man. Up and to the right. Let's do it.
Catch you next time, folks.
Take care.
Yeah, I'm ballin' in this bitch. Yeah. Money stay callin' in this bitch.